Hey, what's up? It's your boy JP and clocking right back in with you guys. And as you can see by the title of this video, I just turned 26 a couple days ago, the 25th of June. You know, I'm getting older, and I still feel like my life is going nowhere. It's like I used to be excited for birthdays growing up, but now birthdays are just a big, fat, fucking disrespectful reminder that, you're just not where you want to be in life. And, it's also a reminder that, it's also a reminder as the years go by, it really reminds you that everything you were fed growing up was complete bullshit. It was just complete bullshit. You know, you have little kids being fed propaganda as we speak right now. You have little kids being fed that they can overcome the limitations of this rigged system right now. They're telling the children that in school right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, they are telling little children that, well, all you have to do is work hard, get good grades, do what your mom and dad tells you, and, you're going to be successful in life. You're going to be prosperous in life. That's what they're telling the kids right now as we speak. But we know better. We know better. And I feel as though, as you get older, man, it gets fucking worse, bro. Life becomes more unfucking bearable, bro. Like everything that you once liked turns into hate, bro. Everybody that you once, had a liking towards, bro, you just start to see them for who they really are, and you just start to see all your friendship dynamics, all your family dynamics. You start to really see what they really are, and you just start to grow disenchanted with them, and just start to get away from the things that you used to tolerate. Because I remember growing up, man, I had an unreal amount of tolerance towards people and friendships and family and towards aggressors. I had an unreal amount of tolerance, but now I'm at a point now where I'm on the brink of murder, bro. Like I'm really contemplating that, bro. I'm contemplating that the next person that tries to do something to me, or next person comes at me left, the next person that tries to publicly humiliate me or try to make me feel a certain way, I might commit a fucking body, bro. I might commit murder, because I've had it with these fucking human animals, bro. I've had it, bro. I fucking had it, bro. These human animals are just, oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. I'm starting to see why certain people become dictators, bro. Certain people become tyrants, bro. Certain people become fucking sociopaths walking this earth, bro. Because, man, oh man, bro. The older you get, bro, the more you start to see why people are how they are, bro. You understand it. You know, the age and the wisdom and the pain and the trauma, it gives you an understanding that you couldn't possibly grasp when you were younger, bro. You know, I'm 26 now, bro, and I still don't see this fucking fucked up system getting any fucking better. The poorer are getting poorer, people are getting more stupider, the women are getting more fucking, repulsive, the men are getting more fucking useless, the children are getting more fucking demonic. The elderly people, they're no fucking better. The elderly people, they grew up in a world where they couldn't wild out like how we are wilding out now. So they're going through their fucking midlife crisis. You have 40, 50, 60 year olds, you know, prancing around like they're fucking young, trying to keep up with the fucking young people. So there's that fucking, debacle there. But, it's like, man, bro, I'm 26, man. I am 26 officially, June 25th. You know, June 25th, a couple days ago, I turned 26, and it was just another day for me. I didn't do anything fucking special. I didn't go out and eat and be fake with people. I didn't even get anything for my fucking birthday. You know, I didn't get shit for my fucking birthday. You know, I didn't complain. I didn't say, "Oh my God, why didn't nobody give me anything? Oh, how could you?" And I didn't do none of that shit. If you said happy birthday to me, I said thank you. If you didn't, oh well. You're a man. You have to deal with this shit. You know, you're not allowed to complain, because as soon as you complain, people can't wait to fucking emasculate you. Emasculate you. They can't wait. Well, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Men don't do that. You know, people can't wait to emasculate you. The humiliation ritual. It gives people power, bro. You know? But, yeah, I'm 26 years old, man. And I don't see where this shit gets any fucking better. You know? I'm still in the same place in life. I haven't ascended to anywhere special. You know, everybody around me is moving up in life, and I feel like I'm fucking stuck, you know? But I can't compare myself to them because they moved up through networking and nepotism. They didn't move up through fucking hard work and all that fucking bullshit. You know, they moved up because they knew somebody that, that had the inclination to help them, you know, that had the willingness to want to help them. To say, hey, bro, I know you, you're a friend of mine, I want to put you in a position where you can succeed, where you can move up in life, bro. So it's just that dynamic, bro. But you really start as you get older, bro. As your frontal lobe of your brain starts to develop completely, as you start to gain an understanding, gain emotional intelligence, bro, you start to really see this fucking demonic world for what it is, man. You start to see it, bro. You start to become, you start to become just irritable towards everything and everybody. You start to want to stray away from people. You start to want to not even engage with people who want to become argumentative towards you. You don't try to give life to arguments that's just meant to fucking satisfy people's ego. If people say 1 + 2 is 9, you just say okay and just walk away. That's the point I am in life, bro. I don't even try to engage anymore, bro. I don't try to feed my ego, bro. I don't try to do nothing. I just, I don't look at people. I don't interact with people. I don't like people. I don't congregate with people, I don't do anything, I don't try to please people, none of that shit, bro. And neither should you guys. You shouldn't do any of these things. You shouldn't do any of these fucking things because it's all bullshit. Slowly but surely, society keeps unraveling, bro. Look at outside of your window. Look at out into the your local boroughs. Look what's happening, bro. Look how decadent. Look how repulsive. Look how disgusting society is becoming. You have people out here who they just live to be demons walking this earth, bro. They live to be predators, bro. Literally prey on people, bro, for no apparent reason, and they don't know why. And they don't know why, bro. You have kids still getting bullied into suicide, bro. Little kids getting bullied into fucking committing suicide. And no one cares. You have kids getting fucking raped. No one cares. You have, kids getting born into fucking hellholes because their irresponsible parents chose to have them, but no one cares. It's all, once you're here, once you're born, oh, suck it up, bro. That's everybody's mentality. Once you're born, once you come out of your mom's vagina, everything after the fact, oh, bro, just suck it up, bro. But being 26, bro, aging how I'm aging, bro, man, this shit's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bull. I don't see how anybody can believe there's a fucking God, keeping track, keeping score of this fucking human jungle. How can anyone believe that, bro? Look at outside, bro. Look at the death, war, disease, famine, and all this shit going on, bro. And people want to sit here and tell me, yo, Jay, man, you gotta stop being like this, man. You gotta be positive, bro. At least you're alive, bro. How many people made it to 26, man? You're blessed, bro. More life to you, yada yada yada, man. This is what people will hit me with, bro. You gotta stop being a Debbie Downer, bro. You made it to 26, bro. Now everybody gets to do that, bro. You're blessed. You know? But look how we're living, bro. Look how we're living. Most of us are not even living, bro. We're just existing. We're just existing, bro. We're not truly living, bro. Is this a life worth celebrating? I don't even have enough money to celebrate for my fucking birthday, bro. My car needs a new fucking radiator. You know, I couldn't leave the house on my birthday because my car is fucked up. You know, I had less than $100 in my bank account, but everybody's saying, "Oh well, man, be grateful, man. Be grateful, man. Man, look at this shit, man. We're not even living." You know, we're not even fucking living for real, man. We're just existing day by day, working, getting up every day, just going to fucking work for people. And then some people never have to do this shit. You know, some people just get to live life on easy mode from the time they're born to the time that they die, bro. You know, but they're telling me for my birthday, be grateful, be humble, and all this fucking dog shit, bro. You know, you know, and it's just like, it's really baffling to me, bro, that people truly wholeheartedly believe this shit when a lot of us, a big majority of us, are just, you know, existing day by day, slogging away, crippling depression, suicidal thoughts, you know, emotional fucking damage beyond repair. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. When you get older, you see this world for what it is, bro, and it's just so damn depressing. I see why people cling on to fairy tales and fables to make sense and rationalize this fucking jungle, because if you look at this for what it is, man, it'll drive you crazy, bro. It'll drive you fucking nuts, bro. It'll drive you beyond the edge. You know, if you throw away all the fairy tales and all the religion and all that shit and just see this, you know, capitalistic jungle for what it is, it'll drive you crazy, man. You know, I'm 26, man, and this shit, I don't feel blessed, bro. I don't feel like I'm special. You know, I didn't get a cake. I didn't get anything, bro. I couldn't even afford to do anything, man. I couldn't even afford to do nothing but stay in the house and watch bullshit all day. You know, that's what I can afford to do. I can't afford to fucking throw an extravagant birthday bash for myself and, you know, hire a bunch of fucking strippers and go to a strip club and fucking, you know, buy top of the line food and throw a celebration for myself like what you see on social media and all that shit. I couldn't afford to do none of that shit. I would go bankrupt if I tried to do that. You know, I'd go bankrupt. You know, I'd be paying for it for the next couple of months if I did that for one day. You know, so it's like, I ask people all the time, you know, what is there to be blessed about when we're literally just existing? You know, if we drop dead today, nobody would miss us. You know, nobody would miss us. You're just another number in the system. You die, another person's being born that's gonna work for the rich people. You know, so man, you know, being a 26-year-old dude, man, you've been through all the peaks and valleys, the twists and turns of life, man. You've seen the good, bad, ugly, and the grotesque. You've seen it all, bro. You've seen it all to the fullest. You know, nothing can scare you anymore. Nothing can really hurt you anymore. You know, you've been through the betrayals. You've been through the hurt. You've been through the friendships. You know, the friendship betrayals. You know, you've been through the love failures. You know, you've been through the fake shit. You know, you've been through users. You've been through snakes. You've been through it all at this age, man. At this age, you've been through it all, man. And you know how the world works. You know how women work. You know that everything is a learned behavior. It's all bullshit. The only thing that matters is survival. You know, there's no really good and evil people. It's just people. And we're all just surviving. And, you know, you understand humans for what they really are at this age. So nothing really makes you mad anymore. And that's where I'm at. Nothing really makes me mad anymore because I already know how humans are. at their core. Nothing makes me mad, nothing vexes me, nothing irritates me. You know, I'm 26, and I'm over this shit. I'm over it, man. I am over it, When they say money don't buy happiness, it's all bullshit, you guys. If I had the money right now, bro, I'd be sipping margaritas with a Latina on the coast of Nova Scotia. But instead I'm talking with you guys, making these videos because I know these videos help you guys with your mental health and all the bullshit that you're going through right now. You know, you always hear a saying that, most men die at, at 21. We just don't bury them until they're 60, And that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. I feel like I died a long time ago and they're gonna bury me when I'm fucking 70, There's that saying, you know. But I see a lot of you guys comments. I see a lot of you guys, message me, talking about, your personal situation and all the stuff that you guys go through. A lot of you guys say, well, I'm 30 something years old, I'm already cooked. A lot of you guys say, I'm never having kids, I'm never getting married, and I applaud you guys for that, because in this new world, that traditional shit is fucking dead. Don't chase the traditionalism that you were raised with growing up. That world no longer exists. Don't try to recreate it in this fucking new technological soulless world, bro. Don't try to recreate it. If your woman has social media, the relationship is doomed. By default. Point blank period. But being 26, man, it's just that I'm just over people, bro. I'm over people, man. I don't care anymore, bro. I don't care who thinks what about me, bro. I don't like people, bro. I've seen all sides of people, bro. I'm just over it, man. And I hate that everything you do, everything requires people, bro. That's what I hate, man. I hate that people are all around you and you can't escape them unless you have enough money to buy your way out of the jungle. Unless you have enough money to buy your way away from people into like the countryside and stuff. That's what I hate, man. You're never free of people until you have enough money to get away from them. But being 26, man, I'm officially bored of everything and everyone. Everything bores me, everyone bores me. People are NPC incels, pieces of shit. The television shows are boring. The movies are boring. The music is boring. Social media is repetitive and it's boring. The women are boring. The kids are demonic and fucking boring. None of them have spirit. None of them have life in them like we did. And trying to be friends with other dudes is just, it's the beginning of the end, before it even begins. It's just, I'm over it, you guys. I'm really over it, man. It's just misery. It's misery, man. It's fucking misery, and I'm so tired, man. I'm tired of this shit. Evil people get ahead in this world, man, and I feel like my heart is growing darker by the fucking day. I feel like I'm getting meaner by the fucking day. I feel like I'm getting more, more, more negative by the day, just being around these fucking people. That's what people will do, bro. You're around them and they'll turn you into them. Turn you into a monster, bro. But, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, yay! How old are you now? How old are you now? I'm miserable. How old are you now? Happy birthday to me. Great, now get back to work. Oh man, I'm gonna end this video. You're approaching 20 minutes. Leave a comment down below, subscribe, share, wish your boy a happy birthday. Dropping the Cash App down. The Cash App's in my bio. It's your boy JP, and I am clocking out.